know how I managed it. Sheer audacity. I've got this far in the match. I can't breathe, but fuck it. So, yeah, real pleased with it. I don't have any bookings now till the 18th, and that's kind of good because I need the time off. But I'll be in Blackpool March 18th for the next show. And then I've got a huge thing happening in August that I can't talk about yet, but I told Lauren Connor. It's very exciting, very exciting.
It is very exciting.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do that bit at the start where I'm gonna promote a thing because this is my last chance to before it's out. Who Hunts the Whale comes out next week, the day that next episode of Podquisition comes out. The book will be out in the world for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
It's already a little bit out there. Some reviewers have got copies.
I've got one.
Ebook copies went out to Unbound backers earlier this week. But signed copies will be being sent out to people in the coming days. But yeah, I'm currently in the nervous waiting period between some people have the book and are reading it, and not many people have finished it to say what they think of it yet. And I'm like, I think we've made a real good book, but
yeah,
I just gotta wait and know. I just need to know that other people get on board with it.
It's got to be a unique kind of fear. It's not one I think I could imagine because I don't think I've ever had the experience of like there's got to be something different about like a novel and waiting for the feedback to that.
Well, there's such a tremendous level of commitment up to that point that, you've invested so much, and now it's all going to hit everyone else at one point.
Yeah, like my week has very much been a week of, there's not been much feedback on it yet because A, a lot of people who are reading it currently haven't finished it, and B, a lot of people who have received copies have gone, that's cool, I've received my ebook, I'm going to wait until the physical one arrives in the coming days, and I'll start reading it then, which is, I'm like, I know that there's hundreds of copies out there, but I don't know what anyone thinks. I don't know. And I just gotta sit and be like, I'm confident in this book.
Yeah.
Because like the thing I keep reminding myself about it is usually by the time I reach this point with a book, I fucking hate the book I've written. And it's not because I don't think the book is good, but because you have to read a book with like a fine-tooth comb so many times between finishing writing the first draft and it being out. There are so many I have to carefully read everything I've written again and again and again and tweak it and read it and tweak it and read it. You tend to hate these things by the time you're done looking at them.
Well, and there's something to the perfectionist streak that runs through a lot of people.
Yeah.
To where you can edit yourself into infinity. And particularly with a project of the scope of a novel.
At some point you have to just go, this is it, and let it go.
Yeah.
But very specifically, with this book, I haven't felt that way. I still think this book is great. I still really like this book at this moment, which, this is usually the bit where I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna hate it until other people say it's good, but, yeah, so, Who Hunts the Whale, that's out real soon. If you pick it up and you read it and you enjoy it, go put a review or a rating on Goodreads, because that really helps. Just the number there really helps to just click that if you enjoy it, so that other people go, book is good. Should we talk about things we've played this week?
Sure.
I reckon we could get away with it,
Yeah, we could probably do some of that.
Yeah.
So, who wants to start? Has anyone got a game they want to talk about first?
Sorry, I've just been distracted by a Daily Mail headline.
Oh no.
Now even God could be going gender neutral.
Oh yes, that one.
Which the BBC has decided to retweet. Because of course. Fucking hell. Fuck everything.
Conrad, have you played anything this week?
Well, I finished Hi-Fi Rush this week.
Yeah?
Yeah. And having completed it, boy, that game was made for you.
Right.
Yeah, that game was really, really made for you.
Right. You understand why this game is exactly what I wanted out of a game.
Yeah, it makes total sense that this resonated with you on just, an emotional, but I would probably even suggest spiritual level. This is really in line with everything I know about what you like. So I think the level design in it is truly excellent.
Yeah.
I have done some post game and going back through, and I'm not I wouldn't say I'm the most meticulous explorer of environments, but I tend to try to be thorough on a first pass through, and I am thoroughly impressed by the number of things that I missed.
Yeah.
Everything is really well sort of tucked around. And things that I absolutely could have seen and accessed and just overlooked. So they're very dense with what's in them. The progression system, I don't think it's not ideal unless you are going to commit to replay. This is a game that was made to be replayed.
Yeah.
And and that's evidenced in no small part by the number of things that it says, hey, you can go do this now immediately after you finish the single player campaign.
Yes.
But this is also really reflected in experience growth, I guess is the best way I would describe it. The in-game economy by which you acquire new moves, abilities, and so forth. And there are some interesting concessions in that system that I really like. The ability to sell back moves at a percentage loss if you don't get on with them or you're not using them.
And it's a pretty good percentage return. I think it's like 90 or 95% you get back.
Yeah, I think it's like 90%. It's reasonable. And I appreciate that it's there. As the sort of person who kind of settles into a
Yep, just yank the mic out the stand. Why not? Why? Pull you in. Did the other half of my sofa. I can actually spread my legs now. Woo! Right, what's the calendar saying? 24th. Is it the 24th? No, it's the 25th. And it is 11:56. And near enough. There's no audio. Another mystery solved. The SCART connector thing that is plugged in to the analog section of the GameCube, which only carries audio because I'm using the digital out for video component. That is actually a multi-way switchable GameCube, Xbox, PlayStation into one SCART adapter, and it was switched to Xbox, which I do not have. That is why there was no sound. Not really need that pillow. Oh. I don't know what floor I want.
Aha! X, what are you doing here? Why, that Ferrum, she goes off and acts on her own, and then she doesn't even finish the job.
They were just lucky. Ferrum is not to blame. This just means that you will have the opportunity to take care of them yourself, Botos. We're counting on you.
Ah, yes, do it, Botos.
You think you're Epsilon's favorite? I'll show you soon enough.
Oh. Seriously? Well, I guess it's back to this shit again. See you in a minute. You know what's coming next. You know what always comes next.
Set of combos that they like. It wasn't a problem for me to not be able to afford to buy pretty much anything else, because where that buyback scheme doesn't extend is to the items that you purchase for permanent upgrades to health and energy and so forth, and to the chips.
Yes.
The chip system is too expensive to feel particularly valuable in a lot of circumstances.
I agree. I feel like the chip system really only felt worthwhile for me once I got into the post-game, and it was very specifically... there are some optional, very difficult endgame challenges available that I invested some money into chips, because for specific tough challenges, some of those chips, made it more viable that I could actually complete the challenge, and some of them I've put some investment into for, the time trial, beat as many floors as you can without running out of time mode, some of them have been useful for, but, during the main game, they were not a good return on investment compared to the other things you could be spending on.
Yeah, and to explain for people who are, listening and don't know what we're talking about, there is a mod system in the game where you can acquire some collectibles found in the environment and then spend them and some cash for a passive upgrade to something. But you have a limited number of slots that these chips fit into, and if you increase the strength of a chip's level, that higher level will require multiple slots to use. Getting new chip slots is a very expensive purchase from the store as well. And so you are very, very, very limited in how you can access this system. Again, it's another situation where I don't find, unless there are a bunch of chip designs in the world that I just didn't unlock and find, it feels pretty limiting in what it offers and in terms of how those things are specifically valuable. So it doesn't feel like a huge loss either, but it feels not great to have this system here that could be very interesting, but also comes across as pretty poorly implemented.
I do wish it was more of a thing that you could passively pick up, not at the expense of combos during that first playthrough. Because, like, in practice, the only way I really used the chip system was, okay, here's a challenge room where you have to be doing attacks that you have to defeat enemies using attacks that use up meter, but to attack to get that meter would be risky. Here's a chip that lets me block to build meter so that I'm not risking killing the enemy so that I can use the metered attack to get the kill. It's very specific niche cases like that.
Yeah.
Rather than, like, feeling like I was building a build.
Right. Yeah. So it feels a bit like a missed opportunity. Okay, and this legitimately drives me nuts. The NPC environmental puzzle stuff really annoys me in one specific way, and it's the targeting.
Yeah.
It is incredibly frustrating. The way it works is you pull the right trigger to call the NPC into the environment, and then this holds your position. It doesn't hold your position now, but you just have to then center your look on a target area that they're supposed to go toward. And this makes sense for the one character who uses a ranged weapon to shoot at things in the environment, right? It makes sense, and that's the first one you get. But the subsequent two, their abilities are, for the most part, tied to fixed, large environmental passages that you're going to be right next to. And so when you pull the trigger and then have to sort of awkwardly aim the reticule to get it centered, and then the camera does a zoom out thing to do the animation for the timing puzzle.
Yes.
It's very awkward. There are a couple of instances where there is movement pressure on you that you need to execute these things quickly. And fine to do that.
Yeah.
This isn't a complaint about the implementation as it pertains to that specifically. It's the general way it works. It feels very clunky. It's, I'm prone to failure on it. And it seems like it should just do an auto lock within a relative range, you know? Give it some aim assist to click in, and then it's done. It just drives me crazy every single time I have to deal with it.
The one of those that, like, I agree with you on is the punch NPC.
Absolutely.
Because very specifically the way it plays out that is a little frustrating. Because, like, I think all of the NPCs work great in combat.
Sure. Oh yeah, and boy, once you figure out how useful they aren't just individually against their specific enemy types, but in concert with you and the other group, it's incredibly fun to bring them in over and over as you are chaining together attacks and moving from enemy to enemy. It's deeply satisfying in combat, but outside of combat.
Yeah, because, like, as I was saying, the problem with that melee NPC is very specifically, like, you hold the button, you aim at the thing, you do the animation, and I keep letting go of it too early. Because, like, during that animation as he's winding up to punch, I want to let go on the next beat.
Yep.
And no, you have to wait until that targeting circle is there, and, like, realistically wait for it to do a full bounce and, like, press it on the next beat after that. Like, it doesn't it doesn't feel like that necessarily benefits from that, where that is one of those cases where I'm like, hey, if I could just run up to that punchable wall and press the punchable button on the beat once and the wall gets punched, that would have been fine.
Well, and the other part of it that's a problem is, or maybe not a problem, but that's sort of bothersome about it is that it is so ultimately simplistic and basic.
Yeah.
As, you are just going in there and releasing the trigger. And then it feels really worse. It feels so much worse when you have to go through the process a second time of, now I'm going to go and, all right, I got to center my target, the thing's got to come back, I got to wait.
I feel like the other pair of NPCs feel more justified, at least, in that setup.
A little more justified, yeah. I mean, there's more of a complexity to the puzzle of the third NPC, right? That, I mean, I don't like that either. Necessarily.
I like that one, but I get it.
Like it's fine. I'm not angered by it the way that I am the other one, because there is both nothing to it and it's awkward. But I do really like the game. Like, I'm getting into some of these sort of nitpicky design things, although I don't think the progression system is necessarily a nitpick. I do think that is it is catering to a very specific type of player, and I respect that, but it does not necessarily make for the best experience for probably the majority of players.
Yeah.
But on the whole, I think the combat is supremely fun. It has a lot of options and possibilities that I've, even only barely scratched the surface of in terms of the combos and the way those can be linked together. I think it is so respectful of the player's ability and still effective at making you feel empowered, even if you may not necessarily be doing the best at keeping on the beat.
Yeah.
It still feels like it is rewarding on the normal difficulty setting. I haven't bothered stepping up to hard, but I do, I appreciate that. I think that also is a bit of a, well, I don't know. I was consistently getting A ranks through most of the single player experience. So, like, I was about to say, gosh, I wonder if, because my timing isn't necessarily the best, but I was still consistently, pulling B rank down on that.
Yeah. The timing percentage was the thing in my normal mode playthrough that was largely pulling down a lot of my scores. And it's the thing that I, like, in the post-game, I've been putting a lot of time focusing explicitly on that.
Right.
And it has really sort of, like, clicked a lot of things for me. But, like, yeah, I was the same. I was getting, like, maybe, like, on a good level, I was getting, like, 80% timing and, like, S ranks on the other aspects of the fight. But, like, still feeling like I was doing well.
And I do think that post-game content is very good and interesting in terms of these challenge rooms that, I mean, we'll just say it.
Yeah.
There are challenge rooms that are opened up in the post-game, and I have only done a few of them, but they are interesting.
Yeah.
Again, this game feels like it is catering to an audience that is intent on replaying it.
Yeah, which usually I'm not that person for character action games. I usually will, like, I'll play through a Devil May Cry or a Bayonetta, play it through once, see the story through and be like, yep, that's me done.
But I also think that is a trait common to this genre in a lot of ways. Because I was trying to think back to, when I was really into the first and the third Devil May Cry. The second one didn't hit me that hard. And how so much of that, when I was playing Devil May Cry 3, it was with the understanding, like with the foreknowledge that I was going to replay this on multiple difficulty settings. And that was like part of the process of playing it. And how that just felt normal to me. And this game feels like a very modernized approach to this, you know, I would argue now is a classic type of game that we don't see quite as specifically anymore when it used to be a very dominant kind. It has shifted a lot more in the direction of open worlds. You know, you still see combo-driven stuff, but you don't see necessarily the same focus on reward being tied explicitly to it. So this is following in a lot of ways on a very, very established, if maybe less popular genre now.
Yeah.
And therefore, perhaps should be catering to that audience in these ways. And it's doing a very good job, I think, of creating reasons for those people.
That moment when I sit down and then notice I never muted, so I've got to get up and go across the room. An hour ahead. Really picked the wrong. Yes, I did. I'm gonna... I believe there's 10 chapters. We're coming towards the end. Bit by bit.
Aha! X!
Aha! X!
On target.
Oof.
Kaboom!
Take that. Please.
Yay! I'm a peeler. Peeler? I just met her. Beep-a-dee-dee-dee-dee. Beep-a-dee-bee-bee-bee. bum 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 bum.
Kaboom!
Yeah, boy.
Let's do this!
Let's fucking do it. Bum 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 body do ba 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 body do ba ba. You don't have any weapon energy. I have a wave bird somewhere.
Please.
Can feel it sliding. Mum spaghetti. Whamp.
Here goes.
Oh. Wow. That didn't do very much, did it?
Critical!
Slightly off. No, it's just going side to side. It. Holy fuck. That was, intense.
I did it!
Yeah, got one of these things. Wump.
Please.
Wheeze. Oh. Whatever. Whatever, it was fine.
Kaboom!
That was intense.
Hey!
Even a little slap. That was a good little slap.
Critical! Need more power.
Need more HP is what we need. Must be the core of the base. If we succeed here, we might be able to stop the jammer. I think I'm supposed to stay in that room.
On target.
Here we go! Final strike!
Kaboom!
Boom! Smash! Of course you're smashing her. Why would you not? You have to go after my squishies.
Please.
Are you not red? Hey, you just to register me spinnies.
Kaboom! Critical!
Ding 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 ding. You won! Wasn't actually looking. Okay. So they all just lead in circles then. Enemy blitzkrieg. What's a blitzkrieg? That's quite effective. Let's go after this one.
Critical! Take that!
Please.
Please. See, that's the right knuckle to do this on. No, it wasn't. That one right there.
Hey!
These didn't actually take much taking down at all. Right. Well, that narrows it down, I think. You go after the one that doesn't have a shield up.
Kaboom! This is nothing.
Good move.
Please.
Kaboom! Critical!
Here goes.
I did it!
Slowly losing my mind. Bit by bit. And there you have it. Oh. Well, fuck. Whammo!
On target.
Kaboom! Kaboom!
Well, time to heal X a little bit. Come on, you can do it.
Hey!
Nice.
Yeah! Let's do this!
He surrendered. I could just not attack now you've surrendered. But I could instead murder.
Yeah! Let's do this!
They not only surrendered, they healed me, and I responded by murdering them. We are not good people. Pew, 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 pew.
Here goes.
Kaboom!
Oh, yeah, final strike.
Do this!
He's got like 1 HP left. And we're going to do 12,000 damage. Good. It's such a shame if I did this. Oh shit, I can't. There we go. I couldn't get it on the right part of my hand. Maybe I'd be better off using my thumb.
Critical!
Do, 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 do. Boop-a-doo-boop-boop, boop-a-doo-boop-boop, boop-a-doo. Boop-a-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Slap, slap.
Here we go! Final strike!
Break down. Oh. Right, this is just where I was trying to get to in the first place.
Here goes.
Yeah! Ah!
Please.
Come on. I'm doing squircles. Pew, 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 pew. Smash, smash. Nice one, Cinnamon.
Yay!
Zero's about to level up. I never went right here. Oh, yes, I did. It was locked. Unless I didn't, but it's still locked. I didn't think I could change enemies after I'd started. I'm glad I can. Oh, the stick work. I've been using just the D-pad.
On target.
It's one flaw I have with the GameCube controller. D-pad could stand to be a bit bigger. I realistically... Actually, I don't stand by what I was about to say. I was going to say, realistically, I wouldn't use this for platformers. Which would be true on account of the D-pad. However, the stick has the octagon star around it. Which means that it naturally locks onto the 8 positions of the D-pad anyway. So actually... it's okay for platforming with the stick. I probably could have gone with the other one. Wheeze! Can you see that right? No, not really. Yeah, whatever. Blum.
Critical!
Which one's the enemy one? The one on the left? Oh, you're enemy 2. You're enemy 1. Hey, you're enemy 1. I don't want to kill it. Said thanks. Oh, you did it, X, just like I thought. That device, it must be connected to the upper floor. Let's take a look. Now, he probably means floor 2. I want to look outside.
Here goes.
Critical!
Please.
Kaboom!
Here we go, X. You can do it. He couldn't do it.
Hey!
There.
You're actually whistling him down. Consider yourself whittled.
Did it!
Is it this one? Oh, Massimo's just going to kill the fucker.
Kaboom!
Wouldn't it be a real shame if one of us could heal and negated everything that you just did?
Please.
Absolute crying shame.
Yeah! Kaboom!
Alright. Okay, they're on the map. I don't know if the jamming towers are here anymore. Right, let's go to floor 2. The words. Can't go through that one. He's so cute. Look at him.
Kaboom!
Slappy, slappy.
Here we go! Final strike!
I just remembered happy slapping. I'm glad we didn't have fucking TikTok when I was a teenager. Although, we kind of didn't need it. It managed to go viral regardless. I know. Let's film ourselves committing assault and then spread it on the internet.
Kaboom!
Good idea.
Need more power.
This music sounded so epic the first time I heard it. Oh, with a kid.
On target.
I think kid goes first. Here's fire attribute. Alright.
Kaboom!
Oh, he's defending.
Please.
You got 7. Wholly unnecessary.
Kaboom!
Bloop. Slappy, slappy. Take that, you fucking fire bitch. Don't like. Oh dear.
Oh, shoot!
That could have been more devastating.
Kaboom!
Are you able to? Yes, yes, you are. Ramo!
Weak!
Here goes.
I love the optimism. Here goes! What could go wrong? He's healing.
Critical!
Luckily, this is where she heals. I do my bit right anyway. Ish.
I did it!
I need to get another drink. So I will see you in a minute while I take an actual break, not a de-scratchinator. Yay!
Who are interested in a game that you replay over and over to do so.
Well put.
Yeah, it's a great game. Oh, and I had when I started playing it, you know, and I got through the first level, because that in a game like this at this point in my life is where I decide whether or not I'm going to bother playing any more of it at all.
Yeah.
But I was intrigued because of the licensed music.
Yeah.
And so I went and checked the licensed music list. And when I saw that The Perfect Drug was on there,
Yes.
I had two thoughts. I thought, well, I guess I'll play at least until that comes up. And two, fuck, I know where that's gonna come up. And it was worth it. Like that whole final boss sequence is truly enjoyable. Just it brings together everything that the game's been doing up to that point in a really satisfying manner. All of the mechanical aspects that you have been taught over the course of things, things that you maybe haven't used as much in the past, they're still important. It's still all part of that foundation, and it just comes together in a very satisfying final boss sequence that I enjoyed a lot, which is I often get let down by those, you know, last encounters, but this one delivers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Steph? What you been playing this week?
So I've played a game called Hi-Fi Rush. I don't know if you've heard of it, because it came out like with a surprise announcement. It's this rhythm game, like a rhythm action game.
Yeah.
No, I didn't play any more of that because for the reasons I gave last week, I can't.
Which, yeah, totally understandable. Although I will say, I do think that it gets less visually oppressive the further in you can get, but it's not worth, if you can't make it through the first 2 levels, don't bother, it's fine.
Yeah. Well, I played something else instead.
Yeah.
And before I talk about it, I just want to preface it that as an ally to the trans community, I just want to focus on the game as a game, because I grew up with it and I really love the world, and that's why I played Final Fantasy 15 this week.
Even as a joke, I'm tired.
I am leaving it there. I am on a bit of a Final Fantasy kick, because even though I'm just sick of Square Enix's shit, I got hooked on Theater Rhythm.
Yeah.
Because I mentioned a couple of weeks back, been getting back into some 3DS stuff, got super hooked on Theater Rhythm. They've got that new one coming out. A demo came out for that, and I've been fucking hooked on that. It's got only a couple songs. Well, it's got 30 songs to be fair, and I've just played them to death. And I wanted to refamiliarize myself with Final Fantasy 15 because I can't remember any of the music, and it will just be more fun if I remember the actual music. Plus, it's a really good game. And Final Fantasy 12, which I tried to play once and only got 5 minutes in, because back in the day, we had Final Fantasy 10, then 11 was that MMO, and I've never had any interest in MMOs, plus I was super poor at the time. I was not paying a subscription.
Yeah.
And that was just enough of a break in the series that I just stopped following it. So then 12 came out, and I just skipped it until, years later 13 came out, and I covered that over the course of my job as a reviewer, and my review went down really well with the community. They thought it was a literary tour de force. So that's my history with the more latter-day games. So I've never really played 12. And in fairness, everything I saw and heard did little to make it appeal. And playing it through, I'm about 5-6 hours in, I want to say. It's fucking weird. Mechanically, it's so strange. Because this was really following from 11 and the MMO trappings, this was the first solo mainline Final Fantasy to, I guess, begin that move away properly from turn-based battling and try and do something, in this case, more MMO-oriented, following on from 11, I would imagine. So the battle system is a real departure with auto-attacking and an unbelievably convoluted way to get your allies in the party to do their attacks. Because these days, we're used to a party-based game like an MMO or what have you, giving you some manual control if you want, but in general, using some very basic settings to determine what tactics your party's going to use. You play a BioWare game, you've got your party members, and you can do, focus on healing first, or be really aggressive or defensive, stuff like that. The Gambit system in Final Fantasy 12, holy shit, where you select different targets, like ally, health below 50%, and then you select an action like use cure or use a potion. Enemy, one being targeted by the player, or one that's weak to fire or something like that. Really specific. You can get really specific with it to the point where myself, who doesn't like micromanaging, is just like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing and what's efficient here. Especially because if you put on the Gambit and they can't do the actions you've given them, they're not going to automatically attack unless that's one of their Gambits. Without you manually overseeing them, it can be a real pain in the arse to get them to be efficient. On top of that, just the bizarre way it handles every otherwise familiar mechanic. You can't equip weapons or accessories without having the appropriate license for them. There isn't like a skill tree or anything like that. There's a grid of licenses, and you get license points, and you use those to unlock licenses that let you use stuff. And it has some like stat upgrades and stuff on it also. And that's split up into a job system. So if you want to like wear an iron bangle, you need to invest in the accessories license that lets you have an iron bangle. And if you're on the white mage skill tree, it's not enough to just get the license to use Cure. You've then got to go to the magic spell shop to buy Cure so that you can use it. And it's extra steps, the game. Everything is what you've seen in an RPG, with so many extra steps. It's baffling. Now, I don't know if at the time, because I can't remember much discourse around it at the time, I don't know if people felt the same way, or if this is me looking back after years of streamlining. But it is bizarre. Everything is so ponderous. I'm still sticking with it, but I don't think I'm going to see it through to the end, because it's deeply strange. And that's 12. Playing that on the Switch. Yeah, just a very strange game. Speaking of strange, I'll quickly, because I've not gotten as far into it yet, but Final Fantasy 15, which have both of you played that one?
I played a lot of 15.
Which one's 15? Is that the one with the tour?
It's the boy band adventure.
Yeah, boy band in a car.
Yeah, I didn't play it. No, it looked interesting.
It's got the best intro a Final Fantasy has ever had.
Yes.
One of the best intros, in my opinion, in gaming. In terms of an intro that sets the tone for the game, it's almost perfect. As these 4 lads push their broken down car along a highway while a cover version of Stand By Me plays, which when I still remember when I played it for the first time, and it was so fucking jarring because it's Final Fantasy. You don't expect a very good cover version of Stand By Me to play while the camera pans up. Like, it's brilliant. And it sets the tone for a game that is brilliantly confused and all over the place, but works. Now, I didn't know that Forspoken was done by these people, by the people who did 15. It makes so much sense because 15 is a mess. It's kind of like the other side of the coin that Forspoken is on, in that both these games are a fucking car crash of ideas. But with Forspoken, all these ideas undermine each other and create this car wreck. Whereas with 15, the ideas are all so bizarre and almost surreal in terms of presentation that it works. So even though the story is fucking incomplete and requires you to look at a whole bunch of ancillary material, the experience as a total package is so fascinating and enjoyable. Just spending time in the world is enjoyable. So it's easier to overlook the disjointed, incomplete story because the story's almost in the background.
Yeah.
Because it's more about Ignis plagiarizing recipes.
Yeah.
And buying soundtracks for the car, which I would not forgive that in another game. A game that makes me sit for 3 minutes watching them drive a car. I don't know what it... But again, in this game, the presentation, I'm like, yeah, this makes sense.
It's unapologetic about every choice it makes, and it has no... It doesn't have any pretenses of thinking any of the things it's doing are necessarily smart. It's just, look, we want to have a world where, you know, you'll be in the middle of fighting a dragon and someone in your party will be like, this gives me an idea for dinner. The game doesn't take itself too seriously, and it is just an adventure of a bunch of people having a bit of a laugh while kind of going where they're meant to be going. It's a road trip video game.
Yeah. And I like the road trip as a story, like conceit. Road trip narratives are something I really enjoy. So I think that helped as well. But yeah, its sense of humor is bizarre, but very charming. The shitty little time wasty things like fishing, I like, and it's stuff in other games I'd roll my eyes at, but it's just presented here in just the right way that I'm absolutely enchanted by it as I play it. The combat system is where you definitely can tell that there's DNA that would be found in Forspoken, because it's got that exact same issue of the only way to guarantee I won't get hit is if I do nothing but spam the dodge button, because the attacks come in thick and fast and it can be really hard with the mess of what's going on screen. Can be really hard to anticipate. The main difference is between this and Forspoken is the punishment feels less. You're not juggling a whole bunch of different attacks. You're not trying to pull off things with charges and massive cooldowns. In fact, the special moves you can do, which that you're commanding your team to do, will always pull off. That doesn't mean they'll always hit, because sometimes the enemy will have ended up behind a wall, and Prompto will just shoot the wall. But you don't feel punished for not being prescient. That's the difference. Forspoken is so obsessed with showing off its parkour dodging animations that to try and do anything else feels punishing. Whereas in Final Fantasy 15, it's very frustrating to try and anticipate hits, and the fact that there's a QTE button prompt to dodge, but only sometimes. Like, yeah, that's frustrating. But with the warping in and out of combat and the bells and whistles of your teammates, and just having teammates helps, as opposed to Forspoken. It does just enough. And what I like about the combat system is it's the first time Square Enix's, in my opinion, floundering attempts to move away from traditional turn-based JRPG combat. This was the first time I was like, okay, I'm getting this now. Okay, this feels like it's got a flow to it, and it feels like it knows what it wants to be. And that's something that I felt they finally perfected with Final Fantasy VII Remake. So that's what really helped me sort of come back to Final Fantasy after, well, it's well known that I despised 13 and didn't play 14 because, again, MMO. But Final Fantasy 15 really brought me back. It's just got such a unique style. I don't think there's a game quite like it in terms of that style and presentation and just the sheer mix of things it does. A genuinely fascinating game. I really could talk about it for hours. I'm not gonna, because that would be absurd halfway through a podcast about lots of things. But I really could. I've been streaming it, and I really can just wax poetic about it, because it's so genuinely interesting.
I didn't go off BRB, did I?
I'm playing the Royal Edition, which I never played.
See you in a second.
Look forward to going through seeing what has changed. Yeah, good stuff.
Nice. In terms of stuff I've been playing, the only thing
Sitting here, looking at the screen, thinking something is a bit off here. Is that zoomed in? Is now. Ugh. Right. Nice thing about this lighting is it kind of hides how hot and sweaty and generally I am at the moment. Can't tell I'm red if I'm always red. Ain't that bright? Right. Yeah. Time to go, X. For saying that was his weakness. It didn't do very much, did it? No! It's over there.
Hey!
Blomp. That was good.
Here
Cheep, 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 cheep.
Weak!
Wow. They are pummeling Massimo. Really? Really? You're not gonna fucking... There we go. Fuck it.
Critical!
Are you here for the stupid fucking noises?
Hey! Kaboom!
I get why she's begging now. Because that one actually hurt. You have blisters. You have calluses from this game.
This is nothing.
Like it. Whammo! Oh, he's out. Out of weapon energy. You're barely touching him.
on target.
She did more damage. Actually, I'm not sure that's true. You certainly did a larger proportion of damage, but I don't know if she did objectively, like, in absolute terms, more.
Please.
You missed. You could have one-shot him. Like that. You are gonna use your vaccine. Could you use a cure-all? Could have cured all. Oh shit.
Here we go. Final strike. I did it.
Do. Well, bugger. Where can I go? I've been this way. Of course you're going after her. I've not looked to see if it has any better weapons in a while. He's had this weapon since pretty much the start of the game. Please! You got 6.
Kaboom! Kaboom!
Here goes.
Critical!
Please.
I was just gonna have a bitch slap him again. Why do robots have genders? Why do people have genders? Asking the real questions.
Hey! Yeah! Let's do this! Need more power.
Hmm. I'm back here again. Capacity. Did I unlock anything? He needs healing. I can't do just yet.
Here goes.
Hey! Yeah! Let's do this! Take that!
Okay. I mean, that would have killed Master actually because he has a type disadvantage.
Please.
An elemental weakness, dear Watson.
Kaboom!
Or he thought he was someone else. Oh, in fact. Jesus. The one-hit kill, if you can fucking hit the cunt. Sans all over again.
I did it!
I don't really know what I'm doing now.
Hey!
We're shifting the bitty, I see.
Please.
Critical! This is nothing.
Like that one, did he? Ooh. Oh, cinnamon. Oh, what the fuck? I thought I was cinnamon. I'm not cinnamon. I am Massimo. You're mi roar. I am Reptar. Now I'm cinnamon. Spinny, 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 spinny.
I did it!
Wonder. Hi, Dev. I have the weakest coffee of all time. I just poured milk in some coffee cubes until all the coffee was gone, and the coffee is kind of gone now. But it was very cold at the time. What am I doing? Oh, I am charging and attacking. Power leak. Counter.
Critical!
Slappy, slappy.
Here goes.
What am I doing? Oh, yeah.
Critical!
Boop. You boop the snoot with a lance.
Weak!
Mega Blizzard. He doesn't like that. Although I feel like I would quite like a Mega Blizzard right now. Yep. Nope. Go. Charge and slam. Charge and slam. Charge again, I guess. I don't know how charging up a lance works. Just pulling it back and then going zoop. That's just how you use it normally, right? Anyway, slappy slap. She's not doing that well, but actually she doesn't have much health in the first place, does she? She's by default not doing well.
Please.
Luckily, I can just heal every other turn. What am I doing? Very distracted for a moment. Didn't even have enough for a charge attack.
Hey!
That did actually fuck all. Eat this. He ate it. He ate it, said it was tasty. That's a... Memory unlocked. I used to know this guy at university.
Please.
And he would just quote things without context. To the point where it wasn't... We'll be walking through Swansea city centre and he'll just say, "That's a tasty burger." I don't know where he's meant to be from with that accent. He was meant to be from Warsaw. That was not a Warsaw accent. And like, he's quoting Pulp Fiction. That's what he was going for. But like, "That's a tasty burger." With no context. Apropos of nothing. Just walking through the street. "That's a tasty burger." Quoting Samuel L. Jackson in a thick Warsaw accent. I knew a guy who would do that. And it's like, of all the lines to quote, like, I've quoted "Do they speak English in what?" before, when someone was making no fucking sense. I've quoted "Zed's dead" when I've killed someone in a video game. In fact, I'm pretty sure after eating a tasty burger, I've said "That's a tasty burger." Oh, a shot. Do I have anything I can take a shot of? One sec. Yes, I have. Dear Maria. It's not normally something you do shots of, but it's the closest I've got. Also, Connect 4. Ugh. Right, here's a Connect 4 boards. If you can see that. You are red. I am yellow. Can you see the colours in this lighting? Scoot, scoot, scoot. I'll get the timber in a moment. Right, these are 1. Oops, shit. Through to 7. Where would you like... this is hard. Where would you like a token to go? Reminder, you are red. Oh, shit. Yes. I am red. You are red. I am yellow. 2, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 4. Yep. But yellow's already taken my turn. And 1 is this end. 7's over here. It is drawn on in silver Sharpie, but it's probably not showing up at all. For fuck's sake. This is not intuitive. Column 4. 1, 2, 3. That one. It's okay. Tripping over my own mic stand. Right, red. That one. I suppose I'd better put one there. Right, and here's the Tia Maria. Cool. That's nice. That was a fun break from not knowing what the fuck I'm meant to be doing in this game now. Where did I come from? Where did I go? This way. I think I need to go downstairs. In fact, I'm going to go downstairs because I want to save. Hang on. That said quicksand north side. That's what it said. Is this whole thing not quicksand north side? No, it's not. So whatever I unlocked hit the basement, which is for some reason to the north of floor 1. Floor 1 being somehow to the center. Something on this floor unlocked, it said. Been in here, grab that loot. Good. Did I just save? I think I did. Generally have no recollection whatsoever. Probably push that button. Am I not being through here? Well, this is south side. Oh, north side. Oh. I've been everywhere in Northside. But there's a locked door in Southside. Done that. Done that. Done that. Maybe? I remember these arseholes. D-Rex.
On target.
Okay, I hope that means it can't shoot the mini D-Rex out of its mouth. Because it can practically one-shot Cinnamon. Petrostorm. During Pride Month. It's vile, really, isn't it?
Please.
Nearly got 8. I get such a blister on this hand next. Tomorrow, that's actually the words. Ultra Giga Fire. Eek. Don't have any more vaccines, but I do have a Cure 1.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing in this fighting, but in general. Oh fuck, she's got poisoned as well.
Kaboom!
Didn't even notice that. Well, she can use a Cure 1. Blam. Kaboom! Ultra Giga Fire. Bugger.
Please.
That was not a very good one. Fine. Da, da, da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. We're gonna die to slapsies? No, you're not even gonna get to slapsies.
I did it!
Got a vaccine. Neat. Need one of those. Cinnamon's action trigger power up. Yay. Weird that happens in not a level up. Okay, this is a locked. I never opened this one. I never got the blues. Oh, damn. Never seen this game. Later on, playing the non-2D MegaMan. This is a weird one. Right at the end of the MegaMan X series, they decided to make a 3D turn-based RPG. It's also weird because they said that it was set 100 years in the future, which Mega Man Zero was meant to be 100 years in the future. So is that now 200 years in the future? Is it 100 years after this? We may never know.
On target.
Weirdly, this sort of middle thing looks like it's from Final Fantasy VII. I haven't played Final Fantasy VII. One day. Right, X has gone berserk. Oh fuck, not the mini Rex. Alright, you're going after X. That's probably the least bad thing we could have done. Oh shit, never mind. He's dead. We killed X. Right. Ow. Well, we got 7. Is that going to be enough? Not far off. I find it mildly funny that the only Final Fantasy game that I played all the way through was the first one. I have weird gaming habits. I say as I'm playing a turn-based RPG in the Mega Man series. First was pretty legit. It really was. Especially as, like, you couldn't play it over here for so long. I think 7 might have been the first. I think 7 might have been the first that was released in Europe. On original hardware. And then the others were released later on for like Virtual Console, but
Hey!
right. Time to heal again. I know objectively I am getting his HP down. It doesn't feel like it.
Here goes.
I forgot I had a throne. I do have a throne, don't I? There it is.
Critical!
Edge. We killed him. We killed a robot dinosaur. Fuck it. Let's heal again. And we're back to full health. Yay. Now kill a puppy. Oh, woo. Massimo's gone berserk.
Hey!
Oof. Eat this.
I did it!
Take that. Stop it. 3 of the wonderful voice lines from X in Mega Man X7. Eat this. Take that. Stop it. Oh, right. I remember. really not. No, these come back, right? Oh, this is where I came in? Let's say? Jamming. I wanna jam it with you. Appeared. Sound very Twitch safe, does it? Do 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 do.
Please.
I think my whole party is at full health apart from X, who's like very near to full health. What's wrong? Did I really just stop spinning the minigame to be like, what time is it? Yes, I did. Oh.
Critical!
Shall break a wave. Who am I doing? Him.
Kaboom!
Final strike!
Let's do this!
That was a bit worrying. Want to do the final strike for a bit then? And slap a met. Metal counter shifted thing. Anti-S attack.
Critical!
Edge.
Need more power.
Well, at least getting lost and running around in circles is making me more powerful. That's one good thing about turn-based RPGs. Luckily, in coming back to where I've started off, I found a save point. And given it's 1 o'clock in the morning on a technically Friday, I should probably finish here. So, yeah, I'm going to call it here. I'm going to go and see who's online and drop in on them. And I shall see you tomorrow with Maths Pups. Technically later today. In 21 hours. See you then. Have fun. Stay cool. Try not to... I say try not to die. Yeah, try, yeah. Bye.